Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we are going to discuss the life-threatening injuries to chest in trauma. There are 12 such injuries which are known as deadly dozens. 6 of them are immediately life-threatening and they can cause death within minutes. So they need to be assessed in the primary survey as soon as possible. And the remaining 6 are also known as hidden injuries because while they do have the potential to be life-threatening, they are not as obvious as the first 6. So they require a detailed assessment to be diagnosed, which is done in the secondary survey. Now, the immediately life-threatening ones involve airway obstruction, tension pneumothorax, open pneumothorax, pericardial tamponade, massive pneumothorax, and flail chest. Whereas the hidden 6 or the potentially life-threatening ones involve thoracic aortic disruption, tracheobronchial disruption, blunt myocardial injury, diaphragmatic injuries, esophageal injuries, and pulmonary contusion. We'll discuss airway obstruction, tension pneumothorax, open pneumothorax, and massive pneumothorax. Starting with airway obstruction, it is an important cause of death in major trauma patients because obviously if the airway is blocked, breathing will not be possible, air will not reach the lungs, and ultimately the patient will undergo hypoxia and cardiac arrest. And this is also the reason why ensuring a clear airway is the first step in the primary survey. For the management of airway obstruction, you can watch my video, The ABCs of Trauma, which is showing up at the top. From manual methods like head tilt, chin lift maneuver to complex procedures like endotracheal intubation and cricothyroidotomy, everything is mentioned there. Next is tension pneumothorax. But before going in detail, let's first understand pneumothorax. Pneumo means air and thorax means chest. And to be more specific, it refers to the space between the visceral pleura and the parietal pleura called the pleural space. So when air gets collected outside the lungs but within the pleural cavity, that condition is known as pneumothorax. But then what is tension pneumothorax? The tension pneumothorax occurs when a one-way valve occurs either in the lungs, rupturing the visceral pleura, or the chest wall as a result of a penetrating trauma. The one-way valve means the air gets sucked in but it cannot escape, so air is constantly filling in the pleural cavity. So this air accumulation is going to apply pressure on the lungs, making it collapse and then compress. The increased pressure will also shift the mediastinum and the trachea towards the opposing side. Due to the compression, venous return will decrease. As a result, cardiac output will also decrease and ultimately the patient may undergo shock and death. This is why early diagnosis is very important. The clinical features will include tachypnea, dyspnea, distended neck veins, hypotension, tracheal deviation away from the affected side, hyperresonance and decreased or absent breath sounds on the hemithorax. And remember, this is a purely clinical diagnosis, so never ever advise a chest x-ray because this will delay the treatment and can cause more damage than good. The treatment is done by immediate decompression, initially by needle decompression, where you insert a large bore needle into the second intercostal space in the mid-clavicular line of the affected hemithorax. This will cause a gush of air to come out and you will hear a sound of the air escaping. This is followed by chest tube insertion through the fifth intercostal space in the anterior axillary line. This is the definite management, and this will allow re-expansion of lungs. Now, an open pneumothorax occurs due to an open wound in the chest wall caused by a penetrating trauma. And through this opening, the pleural cavity comes in contact with the external environment, and the air can easily pass in and out of the chest cavity. Here, if we recall some lung physiology, we know that the pressure in the pleural cavity is below the atmospheric pressure. And due to this negative pressure, the air moves inside the lungs and the lungs remain inflated at all times. But when an open wound is created, the pleural pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure and no air moves into the lungs and the affected lung collapses. Another thing that is worth mentioning here is that if the opening is larger than 2/3 the diameter of trachea, then with each inspiration, the air will be drawn from the opening instead of the trachea. And due to this effect, open pneumothorax is known as a sucking chest wound. The treatment involves applying an occlusive plastic dressing to close the wound, which is taped on 3 sides, leaving one side open. On inspiration, the dressing seals the wound, preventing air entry. And on expiration, the trapped air escapes through the untaped section of the dressing, providing a flutter valve effect. A chest tube is inserted as soon as possible at a site remote from the injury to create negative pressure and allow re-expansion of lungs. Next is massive hemothorax, which is a collection of blood in the pleural cavity. The blood volume is either greater than 1500 milliliter or it is 1/3 of the total blood volume. Massive hemothorax can be caused by penetrating trauma or a blunt injury. The most common cause in blunt injury is continuing bleeding from the intercostal vessels or occasionally from the internal mammary artery. The bleeding results in severe hypovolemia, collapsed neck veins are seen, and as the hemothorax compresses the lung, the ventilation is also compromised, resulting in absent breath sounds on the affected side. A dull percussion note is heard due to the fluid or blood. Initial management consists of correcting the hypovolemia by intravenous fluids and blood products. Then a chest tube is inserted to drain the blood. And a thoracotomy will be indicated if more than 1500 ml of blood is drained initially, or there is an ongoing hemorrhage of more than 200 ml per hour over 3 to 4 hours, and if there is persistent need for blood transfusion. So this was everything about today's topic. Thank you for watching.